Hello, this is Julia with Senior Susie Stamps. Today I want to show you some stamp sets that I just got from eBay that are a little older, that have never been mounted. This is a 2003 set called Holiday Woodcuts. This one is You Warm My Heart, also 2003. Aren't those teapots just sweet? I got Elegant Ornaments, 2003, and Snowflake Spot, 2006. I also have another couple sets that I have already mounted to show you. This one is Enchanted Snowflakes, and this one is Around and About. This one was, Seasonal Sprays. It's a 2000 set. So today, I would like to talk a minute about how I mount my stamps. And let's go through each one. This one, I knew with these stamps that I would pretty much just want to be using them on a MISTI. So I just mounted them up on some foam, and I'll show you that foam in just a second. This one, I left the stamp blocks together all in one piece. You can see there, so that I can stamp all four of them at one time, or I can just ink one of them at a time and stamp it. But I thought maybe it might make it more handy for me to have them together. That way I can use them that way if I want to. This little guy came in. He is kind of elderly, I think, 1999. And he was not stamping well at all. So I pulled him off the wood and put him on foam that I'm going to show you in a minute. We'll talk about him again. And this little guy is a 1997 stamp, and I did the same with him. He was not stamping well this year, and I just pulled him right on off of that foam and remounted him. This one I can use on wood or the MISTI. This one you'll see I put a label on to use MISTI only because the rubber on this stamp is getting just a little bit older, and right in here it doesn't release the ink very well. So this is going to be a stamp that I know in advance that I'm going to have to do multiple impressions on. And let's just do this one right quick and get it mounted up. These blocks I will probably use on this set, and I'll be taking it apart and try to stamp these stamps individually. I don't think I'll use this in a 4x4, a 2x2 square for anything that I can think of right now. But to pull this off, I would like to keep it together because the remounting process is a little bit easier if you can do them in a square block. And you can see sometimes pulling this foam off can be a bit of a chore. But if you keep working with it, it'll come. I don't worry too awful much about this adhesive. If you want to, you can take your finger and rub it off. But I have not ever found it to be that much of a problem because I'm going to put foam back on top of it. And you can see this foam is hard, and that's why these stamps don't stamp well when they get a little older. It's not the rubber. The rubber's fine. There's no problem at all with that rubber. This stuff here, there's nothing to do with it except toss it away. Now, I'm going to use some Crafter's Companion Easy Mount Static Cling mounting cushion. And I believe you can get this from either Crafter's Companion or from Amazon, or check your sources. This pack has lasted me quite a while, but I do have several sets that I'm going to have to mount up now, so it will be dwindling. Stick this away. On this foam, there's two sides. There's the side that has the writing on it, and that's the sticky side up here. Very sticky. And this side over here that doesn't have any writing on it is your static cling release, and you can use this side on your clear blocks or on your MISTI. So what I'm going to do with this one is lay it down on the sticky side on top of the release paper, because that allows me to cut through it without getting my scissors quite so gummed up. That little bit of extra tacky stuff on the back of that rubber actually helps to hold it while I'm cutting it. So now I'm going to cut right next to that rubber. Oh. There we go. And while I have it with the foam, with the backing on it, I'm going to prise it apart just a tiny little bit there to open that crack in the rubber and cut that right off. Just right like that. Now, you've probably seen this done before, but I am going to mount this up on the wood block and be able to pull it and use it on my MISTI. So let me take one of them and show you how I'm going to do that. Let's just pick one I can recognize from the back side. And do this one here. Isn't that a pretty stamp? I'm really looking forward to use these in some backgrounds. Okay. And you may be saying, well, Julia, why are you doing that? And I understand that. A lot of people pull their rubber stamps off the wood to save space. I don't have a space-saving problem in my studio. I have everything organized, and I have a little bit of extra room able to add here and there. So I don't mind keeping the wood blocks. I like the feel of the wood block and the way they stamp. But you can see this is going to go on there like that. And so I'm going to pull this on off of here. And then I'm going to take this release paper that came off the back, and I'm going to put some tape runner on it. And don't be stingy with your tape runner on this process, because you want to have this stick well on your block. It allows you to pull that stamp off to use it on your MISTI, or to keep it on the block to use it for block stamping. So I'm going to set that on there like that, and then trim it back with my scissors. There we go. Now, this is the sticky side here, so we're going to put this stamp right on it. There we go. And then I'm going to trim just a little bit wherever I need to. Now, whew, that stuff's sticky, sticky, sticky. Gracious sakes. Okay. And then I'm going to pull this release paper off of the cling side. Now, you see you can use it on a clear block, or you can use it on a MISTI stamp platform, or now you can use it on your wood block. And it'll stay there for storage, and I can find it. I know just exactly what's on that stamp. I can reach right down there in the drawer and pull it out. So this is the best way that I have found to remount stamps. And even those ones that are like these little guys here that I've pulled off and remounted, I like to keep them on the wood, even when I know that I'm going to have to use them on my MISTI to get a good impression. So this is Julia, and I hope this has given you an idea to make your rubber stamps a little bit more useful in a universal application on when you're stamping, and you can see they work great. I hope this has helped you a little bit in a different thought process for remounting stamps and storing stamps. I find it to be quite useful in my studio. And this is Julia Laird with Senior Susie Stamps, and I hope you come back and see me soon. Bye-bye.